Now, Joe McElderry, and I say that with some confidence because I do have difficulty with his name. He's joined us. Morning, Joe.
Morning, how are you?
It's good to see you, and you're
Thank
looking,
you.
for a man of your age, you're looking very well. Now, the last time we were at the Union Chapel for the 2012 weekend Wogan Christmas concert.
That was fun.
Where you sang your heart out, didn't you? Yeah. And today you're going to have the exclusive first play of your brand new single.
Yes.
And this is the first time it's been played anywhere in the universe.
It's quite a special one as well. It's very special.
Why is that?
Basically, we have me and Dionne Warwick
steady.
teamed together to record a duet for the World Hunger Project. We performed together last year at the Royal Albert Hall, and I got asked to perform with her. And the concert was in aid of, obviously, this charity. And then they asked a couple of months back if I'd be interested in recording it with her, to do like a global release of it. So it's quite an exciting one, and quite something different for me, actually.
Yeah, it's for the Hunger Project.
Yes.
And it's going to be released on the 27th of May.
It is.
It's the first play. And World Hunger Day is on May the 28th.
Yes.
And you're doing lots of work for them.
I'm doing an unplugged concert at the Pizza Express Jazz Club.
In Soho, yeah.
Yeah. So that's to kind of celebrate that and also celebrate the release of it. But it's been incredible. It's been quite an exciting partnership. Obviously, getting to work with Dionne as well. Never thought that would happen in my career. So it's been a fun one.
I mean, when you look at your career, there you were discovered on X Factor, and then you win Pop Star to Opera Star.
Yes.
And the next thing, you're sharing a record with one of the greats of popular music.
I know, it's incredible. Like, she's such a... she's just so well respected as well in the industry. You know, so to even be able to, as well as doing it for the charity, you know, and raising the profile of that, which is the most important thing, to be in a studio and even just watch how she does something that I do as well, you know, to watch how she records, watch how she works. You know, I've learnt a lot, and it's been quite special to kind of get an insight into how she works as well.
Yeah. Let's play the record.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah. We'll sit back and enjoy this. One world, one song. First time you're hearing this. Joe McElderry, Dionne Warwick. That's great. Joe McElderry, Dionne Warwick, One World, One Song. That deserves to be a huge hit. It's a pity that wasn't in the Eurovision Song Contest.
It's a bit of an anthem. It's a big anthem.
Yeah, well, that's what the Eurovision Song Contest should be about.
Yes.
But, of course, the anthems are a little overdressed. Did you watch?
I did. I watched it. I was actually playing football, would you believe it, yesterday. I'm not the football type, but I was doing a big charity match in Bolton. And then I came back down to London last night and had a bit of a Eurovision party at my management's house. And we watched it. But it's a crazy thing, isn't it? Like, I was fascinated by some of the songs.
Yeah, I read an article in, I think it was the Daily Telegraph yesterday, which implied that in fact I had taken the thing too lightly and led the British public in the wrong direction, and that in fact it was an excellent example of musical cooperation across Europe. But
it's got, well, I mean,
I think it just shows how far apart we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's very. I think there's no boundaries, is there? That's partly the problem, it seems.
I blame the Scandinavians, probably a Scandinavian director and producer, and the whole thing has lost the run of itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been great fun, and it's terrific, and Graham, again, sees the funny side and manages to convey that and takes the curse off the terrible, grandiose nonsense that goes on. But you think, when are we going to get a decent old song?
I know. I always kind of think as well, like, if you were going to do it, you would want the most amazing song, and I think some of them are just... I think, who allowed you to do that? I mean, I thought Bonnie's song was really good, actually. You know, it's just a shame that...
Well, no, I don't think the UK's ever going to win, because
too many politics
we're not part of a voting bloc. But, you know, it is really funny when you see an old boy standing in the front with a bouzouki,
yes,
surrounded by fellas in kilts, dancing
with
like lunatics around him.
With flashing guitars as well.
And an old gentleman apparently playing a cello for Switzerland, while around him all hell is breaking loose, and his mouth is open because he doesn't understand what's going on.
It's hilarious.
He's not even sure where he is.
It's compulsive viewing, isn't it?
We have an offer here from Simon Cowell for you.
All right.
We're having a special gala night tomorrow at the Wolverhampton Taxi Drivers Institute. Could you ask Joe how much he charged to judge the talent show for us?
Oh, dear me.
No.
We'd have to have a special meeting for that one, wouldn't we?
Well, I'd make sure it's in oncers. the old brown envelope.
Yeah.
with the old quid notes in. Yeah. So tell us all. Now, look, we've also... Your name has been linked with Beyonce.
It has, yes.
You went viral.
It did. I mean, I've been obsessed with Beyonce since I was about 12. And I went to see the show in... I was supposed to go and see it in London, but I couldn't go because I was working. Managed to get tickets in Manchester. Went down with my cousin. We had really, amazing seats. We got, I was very fortunate to got special tickets. Had amazing seats right on, pretty much sitting on the stage. It was that close. And she came over in one of the songs and put the microphone to my mouth. So I started to sing, but I was, kind of in awe that Beyonce was standing in front of us because I'm obsessed with her. Turned into a crazy fan. And then she kind of carried on to hold the microphone there. And then next thing, it was everywhere. It was, but do you know what it is? The best thing about it is I was excited I'd sang with her, but I was more impressed that she thought I was good. So I'm milking it now. I'm saying that we've duetted.
Okay. We'll make sure that... I tell you what, I'll chat to you a little bit more on the other side of the 12 o'clock news. We'll talk about your songwriting.
Yeah.
Because I know you have a slight dilemma, which you might ask the listeners to help with. And so Joe McElderry will be giving his all after the 12 o'clock news. But now... This is BBC Radio 2, online and on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. Terry Wogan. Still here. 88 to 91 FM. With Joe McElderry. BBC Radio 2. Good man yourself, Joe. I know you wanted to get off for an early lunch.
That's all right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll get you to speak up in a minute. Okay, so... tell us about what you're thinking of doing. I know that you're writing your own songs now and all of it.
Yeah. This will be the 5th album now. It's ridiculous. 5 albums in less than 3.5 years. But
you're only 15.
Well, yeah, 15. Can I get away with that? No. But obviously we're starting to kind of record the next album in early stages. Deciding kind of the songs, and I've been in the studio since January, writing and stuff. But I don't really. It's a high class problem, I suppose, because. Since doing the pop star, opera star thing and the classical side of stuff, it's kind of which kind of direction do I want to take this in? Which is it as a recording artist? It's a luxury, I suppose, but it's kind of I've been recording kind of the classical side of stuff and the pop side of stuff and writing pop stuff as well, and kind of haven't actually made a decision on which direction I'm going to go in yet. So
well, look, we can cut through the confusion, and we'll ask the public. So the 3 million listeners we have, if they would care to suggest to Joe whether he should do Nessun Dorma or whether he should be doing Groovin'.
A bit of dancey stuff.
Yeah. Which would you prefer to do?
Do you know what it is? I perform both genres I'm going on tour through the summer this year, all around, and I'll perform both. I'll do a bit of the classical stuff, I'll do the pop stuff from the previous albums and the one I released in September. So for me, it's fun to flick between two, but it's difficult to combine them on one album because it gets a bit too messy, and an ideal would be to put a pop album out and a classical, but then I think that gets a bit too confusing as well. So
no, I think you should do both.
Yeah, I mean, I like to keep them both in the mix. So we'll see what people want to hear. And it's hard as well because a lot of fans say, please do more classical. A lot of fans say, we want to hear some up-tempo stuff. So it's a real mix, which I suppose is good in some ways because it shows the diverse styles of music.
Well, some very famous opera stars, of course, have attempted to do popular musical CDs, and they haven't always worked.
Yeah.
So maybe you should use... I'm not suggesting for a moment that it wouldn't work in your case, but give us 2 albums. Come on.
2 albums a year.
We'll spend the money.
2 albums a year, yeah. I mean, I'd be very tired, but it would be fun, I suppose. It would be fun to do.
It'd be worth it. We'd be delighted, Joe.
It would be good.
So we'll see what the listener thinks. I'm sure we'll have many a suggestion about where Joe should go with the music. Should he go classical? Should he go more pop? Should he combine the two? Either way, Joe, it's been a real pleasure to talk to you again.
Thank you for having us again. It's great to be here.
You're a great man.
Now it's time.